Look how thick the Cera Trim is. This stuff is for real.
As you guys can see, Cera Trim, water's gone. There's water still draining on the competitor's side.
What's going on, guys? Thanks so much for stopping, and be sure to subscribe, tap that bell notification, and follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Joseph Corey, and as well as Joseph Corey on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and tap that bell, and check out the website, josephcoreygaming.com, because that's where all my Driveway Demons exclusive merch is going to be, and you can enter to win a $4,500 gaming PC right now. It's right there on the bottom of the screen, josephcoreygaming.com. So today we're going to talk about the Last Coat. I've been using all their products over the past year and a half. They are the best in the business. I've used pretty much everything you can think of, from Top Coat, F11, Meguiar's, Turtle Wax, and all these other companies that are sending me different samples, and the only one that ever impressed me is the Last Coat, and I've been using it for over a year and a half. All their products are fantastic, but today we're going to talk about one product in particular, which is the Cera Trim. Now, I know many of you guys have tried to restore black trim, wheel wells, interior, exterior, anything that's black and plastic, and it's impossible. I've tried many different products. I've even tried Tire Shiner, even Black Restorer, which is a product from Mothers that you spray on or apply, does not work. Cera Trim is a ceramic prophobic, and it seeps right into the plastic, cleans, seals, and rebalances the plastic and makes it look brand new and protects it from anything.
All right, so I've got some other brand here that is a trim restoring product. I'm not going to tell you guys exactly which brand it is, but I'm going to show you. Watch when I wipe this on right here. You notice how there's spots that it's just not taking out? Like, no matter how much I'm gonna try to put as much on as I can, but it's just not really getting all the spots. Like, I mean, I'm really caking it in there, but you know, as you can see, it's just really not doing a whole lot. I mean, it's looking better, but gotta push really hard, and you can see there's spots right here that it just won't absorb into. Like, it's just really not the greatest product. If I didn't know any better, I would probably think it was okay. But after seeing what Cera Trim does, it's not even close. So I'm gonna really put some elbow grease into this, although I really can't get all of it out. You know, we'll even do a little spot over here. Now, that stuff's gonna wipe off pretty easily too. Keep that in mind. I've used this stuff before, in about a week or two, it's completely worn off. Like, it's just not long lasting. Look how thick the Cera Trim is. It's crazy. This stuff is for real. I can tell you guys right now, this stuff is for real. Let me show you guys the difference between this stuff and the Cera Trim. Like, there's no imperfection anywhere. Look at the depth. And when you step back, just look at the depth between the colors. Looking side by side, you guys can see the difference between the two. It's not even close. Not even close. Keep in mind, you guys got to degrease, wipe, and completely dry the surface before applying this stuff, but it is incredibly good.
Now, you guys can see right here in the wheel well, this plastic was pretty ugly before I used Cera Trim. And it's been about a week since I used it, and you can see the dirt coming off right there.
it just repels the dirt in the wheel well. When I wipe it with my hand, that right there is the difference between Cera Trim and every other product. Look at that. The dirt comes right off. Look at the difference between the dirty spot and where I wiped it with my hands. It just protects all dirt, even in the wheel wells. If it can protect the wheel liners like this, can you imagine how good it's gonna do against the plastic anywhere else on the car? It's just crazy how good this stuff really truly is.
All right, guys, I got my hands all dirty. If it works on the trim in the wheel liner, you can imagine how well it's gonna protect the rest of the plastics and liners on your vehicle. It is ceramic, so it's gonna be better than any of these paints or oils, greases. This is not one of those type of stains or anything like that. It doesn't stain the plastic. It's not a paint. You're gonna clean it the best you can and get the surface prep ready. This is a ceramic coat, just like on your paint. It's not a stain, and it's not a paint or a dye. It's a hydrophobic ceramic coating, which is going to help keep the surface clean and protect it. I also recommend not using it on running boards and trucks and stuff like that, as it can get really, really slick. Application is easy. You just wanna make sure the surface is clean, washing, rinsing, drying thoroughly, and wiping down with a lint-free cloth. Once it's fully cleaned, you're gonna apply one good coat. It takes 24 hours to cure. Don't let it get wet during this time. And the most important part, make sure you buff it dry with a towel after you've applied it. And it's pretty thick stuff, so you want to apply it in thin coats till you've evenly applied it to the surface. Wipe it off and buff it dry. Don't let it get wet, like I said. And it's very slick, so be careful. I'm going to show you guys right now before and after on the wheel well liner of my truck, what it looked like before while I'm applying it and what it looked like after. And you guys can see the dirt that I took off after 2 weeks of driving. This stuff is fantastic.
Like I was saying, guys, this is pretty much the competition right here, just some of it. This is the Ultimate Black Plastic Restore, and of course we got Meguiar's High Reflection Tire Shine. Cera Trim outperforms them both. On tires, on black plastic trim, it does not matter. It lasts longer than the Ultimate Black, and it's easier to apply. And not only that, it doesn't stink or have aerosol and contaminants and toxins that you're going to be breathing in like you would be if you're spraying the black plastic restorer. Same thing with the Reflect Shine. The Cera Trim is going to make tires look better, and it's going to last a very, very, very long time, whereas this is only going to last a couple of washes. So it beats them both. This is just two examples of the many that I've tried, and Cera Trim is the best. Let's see Cera Trim in action. Pretty simple. Once you have cleaned your surface and it's thoroughly dry, you're going to put a little bit of the Cera Trim on your cloth, just like this, your microfiber towel, should I say. And we can apply it right here to the tire. Now let's show you guys what this does to the tire in comparison to where I just sprayed with the Hot Shine Reflex Spray from Meguiar's. That is the difference between the two. You know, it's clearly evident right here which one is better. Look at the difference in the shine. This is the Ultimate Reflect Hot Shine from Meguiar's, and this is the Cera Trim. And as we go down and apply it over the tire, you're gonna see how much better it looks than the rest of the tire. That's just one example. We'll give you an example here on the plastic trim. We're gonna apply it right here. You'll see the difference in what it looks like in comparison to the rest of the trim. Buff the excess off really good. We'll have to go over it again, but you'll see the difference in the shine. You can see the line right here. This was done with another product, and this was the Cera Trim. And it's got a much slicker feel, like you guys can hear the difference. This is no Cera Trim right here, and this is Cera Trim. It's so slick. The water is just gonna be right off this stuff, and it's going to last a very long time. But let's go somewhere to show you guys on some trim that has not been restored and show you guys how it brings it back to life. It's been an impossibility to get this trim to look new right here. Even dirty, I'm just gonna apply this stuff, not even clean it. I recommend cleaning it just like the last coat does, but if I can apply it without cleaning it, you can imagine if you do prep the surface and clean, how much better it's going to be. But this stuff does everything. It cleans as it goes on. It's just the best formula I've ever seen. Like, the last coat's done it again with Cera Trim. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and buff this, real good.
And I'm gonna wipe this too without applying so you guys can see the difference. The difference is huge. I didn't apply it over here. This is the other product. And then this is Cera Trim. It's just crazy how good this stuff really is. Okay, so I have my Pelican case here, pretty much similar to the plastic you'd find on a car. In fact, this is quite scratched up and dirty, so it's gonna give an idea, but it's a little bit more dirty than most people's, bumpers would be on their car or the trim would be, but I really just wanna show you how the competitor versus the last coat is going to perform. So I have the competitor's black restoration, which is a treatment for black plastic. I'm gonna put that on right here. They say just spray it on, and we're gonna put it right there, and then we're going to wipe it off. Gonna wipe the excess off, gonna let that dry. Takes a couple of minutes. We're gonna go ahead and use the last coat, Cera Trim, as you guys can see right here. We're gonna put that on right here. We're gonna put that in a nice square, pretty much similar to the one that we used from the competitor, okay? And then we're gonna let that sit there for a second. We're gonna buff it out. Now it does take 24 hours to cure, but to show you guys how strong and good this product is, we're not even giving it 24 hours, and it's going to perform better than the competition. I've already seen what it can do, and just by feeling this surface versus this is already a slicker surface, and it's gonna repel water even better. And I'm sure you can tell that it does look shinier in the video. Clearly looks better than even the spray-on competitor. Even if I was to put more of the competitor's product on, it does not look good compared to the last coat. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna polish the excess off, and if you see here, it's sticky. When I spray this on, it's actually quite sticky compared to this. The last coat doesn't stick, but this has a little bit of a stick to it. So it's just hard to explain, but this stuff doesn't dry very good. It's very tacky, whereas this is not. Like I said, in the wheel wells, this product lasts about 3 weeks to a month and it starts to fade. We're already at 3 weeks for the Cera Trim on the wheel wells of my truck, which I showed you earlier, and they look brand new, and the dirt wipes right off. I know that the Cera Trim is better. It lasts longer, it doesn't fade, it continues to do the same job it does on day one, even 3 weeks later. This stuff, on the other hand, fades. Now look at the water. See how the water bead? See how the water stays on that a little bit? It's much better than up here. Do you see the difference? The water is staying up here, but on the competitor, water is still all over the place. Watch how it comes down. Watch the Cera Trim. It just beads right off. You can see where we put the stuff right here. Like, you can clearly tell how water is no longer welcome to harbor in this area. Like, there's no water there. Look at the water, how it's still over here on the competitor, and there's none on the Cera Trim. None whatsoever. We'll tilt this back just a little bit, and we'll do a horizontal test too, don't worry. Look at the difference. There's still water collecting here. There's none on the Cera Trim. Look which one beads off faster. There is no water on the Cera Trim, but we still got this puddle here that lingers. There's no lingering water over here. And look at all the water up top. The Cera Trim does a noticeably better job than the competition, but the key is that it lasts longer. It's hydrophobic ceramic coating for your plastic. Do one more time again. Again, look at the water over here, none on the Cera Trim. Keep watching the left side. You'll see Cera Trim clears out immediately. The water on this side does not. See, none on the Cera Trim. Water is still dripping and draining away. Gonna do this one more time. As you guys can see, Cera Trim, water's gone. There's water still draining on the competitor's side.
So I've used a lot of stuff on the market, and when it comes to the fender liners and trim, Nothing has ever worked as good as Cera Trim. That's a fact. But I've never seen a trim restorer or sealer, whatever you want to call it, black restore, just doesn't work. I've never seen any of these products work. In fact, I've used at least 6 or 7 different products over the last 2 years, and none of them get the job done. I'm constantly out here reapplying. Thanks so much to the guys over at The Last Coat for hooking me up with the Cera Trim. I got some more products coming from The Last Coat, guys, to show you how to clean your car, restore it, keep it sealed and protected. Best products on the market, The Last Coat, guys. Definitely check them out. Link right there in the bottom of the screen. Be sure to check out the gaming store, guys. JosephCoreyGaming.com right there in the bottom of the screen. All Driveway Demons merchandise is going to be exclusive on that website. That is my gaming website. Be sure to check me out on YouTube, Joseph Corey as well. Subscribe, tap the bell on that channel and this channel. And be sure to check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Joseph Corey. Hope you guys have a blessed day. We'll see you on the next upload. Peace.